So when you log on, this is what you should see. But before we get into the actual course, I want to go back to the home page. Everyone see the home page? Make sure that you find the mailbox, which is your little envelope up in the top right corner. Everybody see mine? My mouse is? It says I have 0 messages, but I will be communicating a lot through there. So make sure you check that every time you log in, okay? My home screen might look a little bit different than yours. And then you would go to, for me, I would click on my sections and then I would launch the class. Yours might look a little bit different. All right, so once you get into the course, this is what it should look like. When you're scrolling down, see all this overview stuff, navigating through the course, some course information, and you're more than welcome. All the green puzzle pieces are lessons or readings, so those are great information for you. And then you'll scroll down, and I'm going to stop right here where it shows Zoom meetings. So this is where you can use the link like I emailed out and go to Zoom directly, or you just go to the course and you click on the Zoom meeting link from right in here. And then here's a schedule. I'm going to go ahead and click on that shows when we'll be meeting. So today we're doing our June 10th meeting. We'll have one again on June 24th. And I'll be going over wellness plans with you because those are your assignments that are worth a lot of points. Most of them are 220 points. So I want to make sure you understand how to do the wellness plans. And then the last two, I was going to do a midterm review and a final review. But as far as I'm aware now, there's not going to be a midterm and there will not be a final. As schools really are not technically open, we can't hold testing sites. So I will change those topics to something else just so we have the chance to meet once a month throughout the summer. And, you know, on here, just in case, kind of gets us all together. So that's where you'll find that schedule. So let me go back now. Now, getting start, or first of all, over here on the right side, you'll see I got announcements listed. So I posted one on our class. You can look at those. I'll be doing those a lot within the course. It should go straight to your email as well. And I did one yesterday to make sure everybody had a chance to get logged in. If you have not completed your welcome call, you need to do that before Sunday or you'll be at risk of being dropped from the course. It's very important that we meet on the welcome call within the first week of the course. So if we haven't spoke, you're more than welcome to in the class, but you need to call me as soon as possible, parent present as well. And Sunday is the last day, so make sure you get that phone call completed. When you're scrolling down, you'll see over on the left-hand side is a grades. I'm just gonna click on it. I don't wanna scroll down because it's gonna show your personal information. So I'm gonna click back out of that, as you can see a couple there. But that's where you should be able to access your grades and see what you're getting for grades when you submit your work, okay? So scrolling down further, on the pacing guide, it has the Collaboration 1 project toward the middle of the course. For some reason on here, it's right here at the top. So if you're following that pacing guide that I emailed out, you're more than welcome to complete the assignments right in order. It doesn't matter how they fall on this page. If you would like to follow the pacing guide, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you can just start here. You can start with the segment 1 collaboration project. Now I'm going to click on the green puzzle piece, which is always the lesson. So when I click on the lesson, it's going to bring up your lesson. So here's your first page. It's going to talk about different things. If it's a different colored word, then it might give you just some extra explanation of what it is, or it could be a link, so you can click on those. But right here, it shows multiple pages. So this has 2 pages, so I'm going to click on second page. And this is where your the segment 1 collaboration is a photo scavenger hunt. So here's your activity guidelines. Okay, you're going to find pictures that go with each of the health components. And then right here, you'll see different colored words. So it's a link. This is going to be your rubric, but I'm going to click on the worksheet. So you're going to copy this into a Word document and fill. So the collaboration projects, you're going to need a partner. If you could just use a family member or a friend, or if you know somebody in the class, you could work together. So you're going to put your partner's name, all that kind of stuff. If somebody at home, you don't have to fill out email address and things like that, because if you're working with a parent or a sibling, you're not going to be communicating through email. So things like that, just skip over. And communication, you just fill out this peer evaluation form. And once you have this completed, you're going to save it to your computer. And then when you go back to the main screen, you're going to turn it in right here where it says segment 1 collaboration. It looks like a hand holding a piece of paper. So you click on that, and then let me see, let me make sure I'm in a role of a student. Sorry. There we go. So once you click on that, you're going to add your submission. See where it says add submission? You're going to drop your saved Word document right here, and then make sure you submit it. Okay, save changes and then submit. Okay. And then when you're going back to that same project, the first hand that looks like it's holding a piece of paper is going to be the actual link that you will upload the project. So where you found the pictures, a lot of people are making a Google slide with their pictures, and you'll do the same thing. You'll upload it right there. So that's the segment 1 project. But the first actual kind of unit, if you're following the pacing guide, is going to be play and plan. So same thing, you're going to click on the green puzzle piece. It will bring you up your lesson. It'll talk about, give you objectives and what you're going to learn about. This one happens to have 4 pages. So you're going to click through all the pages, review it all. And then you'll get to the 4th page. Remember, if there's a assessment, it's going to go with it will be on the 4th page. This unit, if we go back, only has a quiz with it. So after you've done the reading, you're going to click on the quiz, which is the orange check mark on the paper, and take the quiz. You do have 2 attempts on those quizzes, so if you don't like your grade, you're more than welcome to go back and retake it. Now, then you move on down to the next one. The next puzzle piece is another lesson that you'll read through, and after you read it, come back here, click on the orange check mark, take the quiz. So it's until you get down to this fitness assessment 1.03. You click on there is when you're going to have your first written assignment. So it's going to give you objectives, talk about finding a baseline. You're kind of setting a starting point for your fitness level. And it will talk about all different things in here. Make sure you click on these links, and it will take you to some other things. If you don't know how to calculate your BMI, that's something you could Google, a BMI calculator, things like that. And then on page 10, you'll see the fitness assessment results document. So when you get in here, you're going to write down, once again, copy and put it in a Word document. You're going to write down your mile. So you're going to go out and try to do a mile, time yourself. If you're not used to exercising, walking most of the time, that's perfectly fine. Just write down your time there and go to a BMI calculator. You're going to put your height, weight in there to find your BMI. And kind of the stuff you might have done in school where you're doing the fitness challenge stuff. So the sit and reach, you can put a ruler out and see how far you can reach. Curl ups is just doing sit-ups. A trunk lift, you're laying on your stomach on the floor and you're lifting your trunk, and you're going to measure with the ruler from your chin to the floor, and then how many push-ups you can do. So make sure you read the directions and make sure you understand how to fill this out. And those will be, back on the first 9 pages before you get to the results. Going back, so you can just work your way right down the center of this page. So that's all of your assignments. Just go right down the center. You see a lot of them are readings with just quizzes, and then you'll see the next one down that you'll have to turn something in is your muscular strength video. And so when you click on the green puzzle piece for that, you'll read about it, go to page 6, and it will give you directions on what to do for your video. If we've already completed our welcome call, I told you that no video should be more than 30 seconds. Try to keep them. And then when you complete your video, a lot of times, for some reason, it might say the file is too large to upload. So you're going to go back and you would upload it right here with the hand holding the piece of paper. But if it says the file is too large, you can email that to me. But make sure you email me inside the course back on this main page up here in our email is where you want to email me. So everything stays within the course. Same thing, some of you have already completed that segment 1 collaboration project and your Google slide wouldn't upload. And so people emailed me that, which is perfectly fine. Just make sure if you're emailing me things that won't upload, that you're labeling it properly so I know where to put the grade, okay? Let me go back to the course. So scrolling all the way down into the next one, you see it's just a lot of quizzes, and assignments really are not that bad, but I do want to talk about, since I have you guys here, let me go up to the first wellness plan. All right, module 1 wellness plan. There's 6 of these, and these are worth a ton of points. Whoops, I clicked on where you would submit. Go back out. All right, so you're going to be learning through the lesson, and then you click on page 4, and you'll see your wellness plan document. So when you click on that, it actually already is set up for you in a Word document. So you're going to open it. And then it gives you straightforward directions. So up here, right in yellow, make sure you save it. Save, save, save. When we're using Word, Word doesn't automatically save like Google does. I know at school by now, you should be used to doing work with everything in Google automatically saves for you, but make sure you're saving if things are in Word because it doesn't save for you. So this will kind of give you some examples of how to find your target heart rate, things like that. Kind of it gives you, then it takes you down here to kind of the same thing of where we did that first, when I showed you that first assignment, where you're going to look at you're going to put all your baseline results in here. So that will go in the first column. So now this will be your second attempt. So the second time you try to run a mile or walk, you put all of that in the second column. It might be the exact same information. It's completely fine. And then, and some of you that are trying to move through this course quickly, this stuff might not change that much because it's meant to be spread out across a whole semester. You know, but if you're trying to get it done in 2 weeks or whatever, you know, some of these results might not be different from each other, and that's perfectly fine. The main thing is that you're being educated on promoting, you know, lifelong fitness, and you understand the importance of staying healthy and exercising through your entire life. And that's my main goal, is that you come out feeling more confident and finding different ways. You don't have to be on a sports team. You can go out and go for a walk. Just making sure you're promoting and understanding lifelong fitness is, you know, what I hope you get out of this. So then here's some questions that you would answer. A lot of you are doing, I know I talked to a couple of you, I think 4, that are playing tennis over the summer and doing some other activities. So that's be real easy for you to get these minutes in. These minutes are based off of if you were in a 90-minute PE class, you know, at school. Then here's a fitness log. All the yellow is examples for you. So you're just going to put all of your stuff that you've done right here, right below the examples. Now it can be, it doesn't have to be traditional physical activity. It could be you mowed the lawn, or you helped do the dishes, or things like that. So household chores is physical activity. So anything that you've done that's physical, make sure you write that on there so you get credit for it. And that will all go there, and then you'll total up your minutes there. You'll learn about the FIT principle, which stands for frequency, intensity, time, type. So frequency, how often, intensity, how hard were you going, time, how long did you exercise, and type, was it cardiovascular, muscular strength? So you can see that these are a little bit time consuming and there's a lot of information, and that's why they're worth a lot of points. And if you get confused by any of this stuff on here and something doesn't make sense, make sure you reach out to me. I don't want you to be stressed out about these, but these are so important that you get them turned in. And then it kind of just shows you different stuff here. And then, so this first one is worth 140 points. The ones after that are worth, you know, up in the 200 range. Okay. Let me, oops. All right, so going back to the main page of our course, once again, I just want you to understand all of your stuff goes right down the center of the page here. Green puzzle pieces are your lessons. On the last page of the lesson will be your written assignment link, if there is one, or you can click, if there isn't, there might be a quiz. You click back and just click on the orange check mark to take the quiz. You also have this blue box right here over on the right side that when you complete something, it will check it off green once I grade it. Now, if I spoke with you on the welcome call, I might have mentioned that I'm going to try to follow the pacing guide as only a guide, where if you don't complete an assignment when the due date is on the pacing guide, I might put zeros in just to give your parents and you an idea of where you stand as far as completing the course on time. I've had parents in the past log on and check their student's grade, and it looks like they have a 100 in the class, but in reality, they haven't turned in one assignment. So then when I make that phone call, it says, hey, Johnny hasn't done any work, it's very confusing. So it's a fake 0, so don't panic if you get a 0. It's just to show, hey, this assignment should have been turned in, you're kind of falling behind, make sure you catch up and get back on pace in order to finish the course by August 7th. Once you turn an assignment in that might have a 0, you get 100% full credit for it. So there is no, since it is move at your own pace, there really is no actual due date of anything. But I figured if I follow my pacing guide that everybody has a copy of, it'll just kind of make it easier to see where you are and if you're falling behind or not. And then the other thing I just want to show you is over here on the left. If you click on the quizzes tab, you'll see all of the quizzes listed right down. So if you, you know, think that you might have forgot one, or you want to check them all, or even, you can click over here and see everything listed. All the quizzes are right there. Okay. And all of your assignments will be listed under the assignments. So you can see all the written assignments right down the center there, and videos that will be submitted. The CPR video, you're going to learn the lesson of how to perform CPR. And then for that video, if you could just demonstrate the proper form on a pillow or something. The main thing is I want to hear you say to clear the scene, ask somebody to go call 911, ask somebody to go get an AED, and come back and then show me the steps of what you learned. So if you could just do it on a pillow, that's perfectly fine for that. Now, the other thing is these discussion-based assignments. You'll see that there's one almost at the end of every unit. And those are discussion-based where you're call me when you're ready. And I'll ask you a couple questions about the unit. It's usually the same question for everyone. I'll ask, what did you like about the unit? Is there anything you didn't like? I like that feedback, so we can change things, based off what you like, what you didn't like. And then you'll submit a sentence that says, we spoke on the phone. That's all you got to write. You turn that in for that to be graded. All right, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to share. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now for a second and go back and check the chat. Let's see, I got one. Oh, someone just said they could see my screen. Anybody have any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself or go ahead and put it in the chat. Are we good? Well, hopefully that was helpful at the beginning in the academic. Yes, that video is required. So make sure you do that integrity video that's at the top. Let me go back and you want me to show you where that is? Just 1 second. Right here. Let me, hold on a second. Right here is the integrity video. So you want to make sure you watch that. And then there's a quiz. When you click on the orange check mark, it will say attempt quiz now, and you take the quiz that goes along with that. All right, let's see. There is no assigned work daily. It's all of your assignments are right there, so it's move at your own pace. If you would like to follow the pacing guide, then you do have assignments, with actual due dates on that pacing guide. So you can follow that if you like to have that structure of having a set due date. But you could sit down today if you've got nothing going on and do 10 assignments and turn them in today. So it's completely up to you how you want to go through the course. And there, sometimes during this, maybe even second semester when we were doing e-learning, your teacher might have put new things on Google Classroom weekly, but all of your assignments are already there. So you have full access to everything, and you can go as quickly as you want through the course. Yes, your submissions are private. I'm the only one that will ever see anything that you submit. And I know that's a big thing for people with the videos. Some people are taking this class because they don't feel comfortable in a regular PE setting, and they get a little bit of anxiety about the videos. But I'm the only one that will see it, and you can keep them as short. I would say no less than 20 seconds, 25 seconds, somewhere in there, but definitely no more than 30. And if those videos are going to be a problem, just let me know. And I actually met one girl one time in the parking lot at Conway High School, and she did her videos in person for me, but she didn't feel comfortable submitting a video. So if that's something too, we'll work through that. Yes, Trinity, we did have our welcome call since we We already talked on the phone. Any other questions? All right, once again, I know some of you on here I have not spoken to with a parent for that welcome call, so make sure you call me. Yes, you can unsubmit. Let me, I don't know if I can, it won't let me show you because I haven't submitted something, but once you submit something, you can, there is an unsubmit button. But if for some reason you want to unsubmit something because you did it wrong or whatever, just email me and say, hey, I turned in the wrong assignment or I forgot to add something to it. And you can actually just email me the updated work, and then I'll grade it from that. Anything else? All right, once again, you should have my cell phone number, so please feel free to call or text anytime. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call or text. And please get those welcome calls done. I need them all done by Sunday. So get up with a parent, pick a time that works for you, give me a call. If I don't answer, I most likely am on the phone with somebody else. So just leave me a message and I'll call you right back as soon as I finish the call I'm on. All right, thanks for getting up early and tuning in. I was trying to get a bunch of you on here before you went off to work. So I really appreciate you getting up early on a summer day, and I look forward to working up with everybody. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for coming.